everybody. I have the materials in front of me today for making my own accordion book. You remember that the book, The Street Beneath My Feet, was done in an accordion style? Well, you can make your own. There are lots of different ways to make them. I'm going to show you just a couple today. These books are so neat because if your story or your picture needs to be able to stand up on its own, or it's a really long picture that you want to unfold in parts, this is a great format. Now, I'm actually working right now to make one long, thin strip of paper. And to do that, I'm going to just fold this in half lengthwise. Make sure my edges meet right up with each other. I like to hold those edges in place with one hand and then come back with the other to press down and make my crease. Now, Mrs. Block has shared with you before that when you're making a crease, you might want to use even the back of a spoon. Sometimes I even just turn over my fingernail and make that crease extra sharp. So now my paper is 2 sections. It's in half. And I'm going to cut it right down that line. Great. Now, let's say I want a smaller accordion book. Here's how I can make it. I'm going to take my long thin paper and again, fold it right in half, making sure that the 2 edges line up. Hold them in place. Press down at the crease. Make a nice sharp fold. And then, again, I folded my paper into halves. They're a different size than my last halves, but they're still halves. Then I'm going to take one of my halves and fold it in half, making sure the edge of my paper lines up with the center fold. Okay, hold it down, press the crease. All right, same thing on the other side, making sure the edge of the paper meets that midway line. All right, then I've created 4 equal sections just using the paper as its own measuring tool. I've made fourths. Okay, and now think about the shape of the accordion book. It's kind of like a W or an M that goes on forever when you look at it from the side. But right now, this isn't quite an M. Can you see what I have to bend in a different way to make it into an M? Yep, this one. Using that same crease line, I'm just going to bend it in the opposite direction that it already wanted to go. All right, now when I open it up, it's an M, and it is a beautiful small accordion book. You can flip through the pages like this, or if you want to display all your information at once, you can just stand it up like that. Let's say that you wanted even more pages in your accordion book. Well, remember, you have that other half of the original paper. Why don't we just do the same exact process with this half, and then we'll attach the 2 with some tape. And then and figure out how to fit it with your other piece so that it becomes that zigzag line. Yes. It should be a pattern. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then that's where my tape comes in handy. You take a strip of tape. You might want to use clear tape so we don't really see it when you put it on. But just for the sake of showing you where the tape is going, I'm using a color. Just going to hold those two M's together and put a piece of tape that keeps them together. Now, fold everything back up, and my book has more pages and still stands on its own. How do you think you would use an accordion book? Do you have something you want to say or show about your project? Has there been a story bubbling in your mind? Could it become a nature journal? Is there one long image that you want to slowly reveal until everybody sees the whole thing? I can't wait to see what you create.